Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video, guys. I finally made it to my destination. I was trying to do this video last night, but it did not happen. A lot of things I was supposed to do last night did not happen, but you know what? I made it here safely. Thanks to all you guys who send me messages and comments and emails. I appreciate those, right? Because we're here for each other, even though we don't see each other, we don't know each other, we never met before, but we are family out here on this YouTube. And one day, right, we're gonna set up a meet and greet. That's gonna happen one day, and you guys can choose the country, and we can do it once a year, twice a year, whatever works for you guys. And I will be there, and I can meet everybody. We can get together, have a conversation, and enjoy each other, right? We're making all this money. We gotta enjoy this money. So with that being said, guys, welcome all of the new subscribers to the channel. We have over 240 plus videos on this channel that specifically talk about making money on this here internet, right? When I say on this here internet, it's the dividend investment, okay? We're not selling anything. We're not selling clothes or something like that. No, we take money, we invest it into the market, and that money pay our residual income. And well, hopefully it does not erode, but sometimes it do erode. That's why I tell you guys to watch your account at least 3 times a day so you can know what's going on. If you have money, you can put it in there. And if you don't feel comfortable with the position, guys, guess what? You sell it and put the money in the next one, right? Sometimes it's okay to take a loss, right? But you don't want to lose all your money because you're like, oh, I'm waiting till it gets better. No. So guys, if you try to make money and don't know how to do it and worry about it, guys, you are in the right place, because about 10 grand invested into the right position will generate you $600 to $1,000 a month, right? So look, I just got my payments yesterday, right? My portfolio payout yesterday. Guys, I made almost $8,000 this past week just in dividend, okay? And Misty's paying this week, right? Misty is paying this week on Friday. Now, I can only assume that, you know, if Misty paid the same amount it paid the last time, right, your boy gonna be making in bank, right? I got AIYY, I got SQY, and then I got some other positions that I pay monthly, quarterly. So I'm getting money all the time, guys. Keep in mind, like I said, right, before I started investing into high yield dividend, my portfolio was generating about 20, well, I was already investing in a high yield, but not the way I am now. My portfolio was generating almost $24,000 a year, okay? And when I start adding more high yield, my investment skyrocketed. I got into the $1 million club, okay? And I'm here today. So I do this to motivate you guys, not to brag, even though I show my portfolio, I talk about being a millionaire, because that's my achievement, okay? That's what I achieved. I'm not stopping anybody to do what I want to do, because on this channel, we talk about my portfolio. Now, I say this over and over. I don't want it just to be about me, my portfolio. I want it to be about us as a family. So there are going to be days like today will be the day that we'll talk about other people's portfolio, what they're doing in their portfolio, and we can get on the live and have that conversation. So I'm working towards that. I know I've sent a few people messages, and they're like, oh, I don't know what I got to offer. Guys, if you're investing and making money, even if you're making $5, if you're making $5 a month, right, with your $100 investment, you are doing something. You are doing something that millions of people, right? I would say probably over 60–70% of people not doing is investing in their future. Because you guys know y'all do this. This stuff is addictive, right? Because when you see that money going up, you want to spend the money. You might spend a little bit, but you're like, damn, if I reinvest this, it's going to double next month. If I reinvest this, my money going to triple next month, right? Because the goal is to be able to stop working or work because you want to, or have that FU money. That FU money is, that FU money is powerful, right? I mean, can you imagine, let's say you're in the US, right? This has nothing to do with this, right? You're in the US, maybe you're an immigrant, right? But you were able to get document to where you can sign up. You have social security number legally, all that stuff is legal, right? and you got a portfolio, right, that you've been investing in a couple of years, and it's paying you a little bit over $1,000 a month, and God forbid, right, you get arrested and you get deported, but you have a portfolio that paying you over $1,000 a month. So people come to the U.S., America, to build worth, right? Usually people from other countries, they build worth differently than we do, right? But if you're generating $1,000 a month in dollars, and that was to happen to you, yes, you'll be hurt because you know why? Because you didn't get a chance to build that opportunity more. But you will be able to, take Colombia for example. The minimum salary in Colombia is about 1.4, 1.6 million pesos. That's a little bit, 400 or some dollars, depending on the rate, exchange rate. Okay, that's about $400, depending on the rate. $425, $450, depending on the rate, a month. And a lot of people don't even make that money. So if you want to come back, you might have people here, you might have things going on. But if you are generating $1,000 a month in US dollars that you can transfer to your bank, because you're gonna have bank accounts, you're gonna have all those things. And when they deport you, they're not taking away your bank account. You're still gonna have access to those bank accounts. They don't go freeze your account. They don't do that. They just deport you. So if you have those things in place, I mean, you're good. You can always access your bank account over the internet. You can transfer money. There's a bunch of apps out there that you can use to transfer money, right? So even if you're grinding on that money you have, the only thing is paying the taxes, right? Because you're not gonna be able to file taxes. So at some point, you might have a problem there. I don't know how they're gonna work. But you can go 4 or 5 years without paying taxes, I believe, right? Before they start, like, say, okay, we need to collect taxes out of that money. But I mean, for the first 3 or 4 years, you would be able to take care of yourself, find other means to make money. I don't know. It's just an idea, but it's just something I just thought about just now, right? It might work, it might not work. But if you were to leave and you don't have nothing, right? You might have a few dollars in the bank that you can access and transfer, but once you transfer, that money is gone. But if you have money, dividend paying you, you got about $10,000 paying you $6,000 to $1,000 a month, right? You were good. My boy, before he moved to the U.S., I believe he was making $500, $600 a month. Okay, he had an apartment, his wife didn't work, he had a kid, he had a car, all of that. They would go out to eat once a week. All of that with less than $500 a month. So I know what I'm talking about. And I'm in Colombia right now. I spend a lot of time in Colombia. Okay? When I start to talk, they'll be like, oh, that's a gringo. They give me gringo prices. And I'll be like, no, this is what I'm paying. They look at me like, oh, you from here? I'm like, yeah, I spend a lot of time here. You're not going to charge me because you think I'm American. I'm a foreigner, so you can just charge me whatever it is. You know? But sometimes that happens. And sometimes you like, because of time, I'm like, you know what, to hell with it. I will cut that price. If it comes closer to my price, I will accept it because time I need to go. But if I'm not in a rush, shoot, I'll be sitting there waiting. Okay, guys. So it's just one thing that hit my mind. It's like, you know what? But if you don't have 10 grand, I don't know what to tell you. Right? You have to invest in your future because you never know when you're gonna need that money. Right? You might be like, oh, I'm gonna take my whole 10 grand and open a business. Yes, you can do that. But what happens if the business don't work out? Then you don't have no money. But you can pull that money, open a bank account, put it in there, $600 a month, 5, 6 months, 7, 8 months, you go get a loan from the bank. You pay that loan back in 2 or 3 months. You're still collecting your money. You go back and get another loan, you pay them back in 2 or 3 months, but every time you get more money to where you can borrow a little bit more than you need to open your business. It might take a year, it might take 2 years, but you're not worried about money because you got income coming in. And then when you get that big loan, you need to do your business, then you do that. Guys, it's the same way we build credit in America, right? We try to build business credit. The same way you do it. I mean, some people, they do it differently, but for me, I do it with money because money speaks, and everything else is silent. I put my money in there. I get a loan, I pay that loan back. Get a loan, I pay that loan back. Right? I get a small loan, I pay it back in a month or two. Give it a chance for that to show on the thing, 2 or 3 months versus 6 months, and then I go back. I get another loan, 3 to 6 months, I pay that sucker off. Right? So within a year time, I might get 3 loans and pay them off. So I'm building credit. I'm building credit with that bank. It's the same thing they do overseas, guys. It's not any different, right? As far as building credit, they got credit system here, but it's not the same as the U.S. Okay, cash is king. All right, guys. So remember, investing in your future, you can do it different ways. That should hit me, right? But take me for example. I'm generating close to $40,000 a month, right? As of this past week, it went down from 42 to 38. That's still a lot of money, right? That's still a lot of money. That's still 3 times. I'm generating 3 times more than what I need to pay my bills in the States. And once I paid a couple of bills off, that's going to drop down big because I got those 2 loans for the house in Cartagena. Right? Once I pay that loan off, my net worth goes up. My monthly payment dropped down by $3 grand. And as I pay these credit cards off, my payment goes down. Spending $500-600 a month on credit card payments, that adds up. That adds up. So guys, when you think about your money, you can just think in a bubble, right? You can think in a bubble. Making the money is good. Yes, we make the money. Do you know how many people that make money and don't have no idea how much money they make? Well, I'm sorry, they don't have no idea how much money to spend. They're like, yeah, I make 60K, I make 70K, I make 80K. But when you ask them, so how much money do you spend every month? They're like, I think, yeah, no, they don't know because they don't track their expenses. Tracking your expenses is key, right? Because you know how much money you're spending. This is how I can go back and tell you guys, hey, this is what I spent the last 4 years. This is what I spent the last 2 years. Because every time I pay a bill, I put that money down. Every time the bill comes in, before I send it to Christian, I say, hey bro, I just got this. All right, and he might respond right away. He might respond an hour, 2 hours later, depends what he's doing. He'd be like, all right, bro, I got it. I put that in my system. Once he paid, he sent me the receipt. I put pay, and I converted from whatever the peso is to dollars. So I have one side is all pesos, one side is all dollars. So in the end, I know how much I'm spending in dollars for that month for Colombia. As far as bills, food is different stuff, right? And I do the same thing for my bills in the U.S. Everything I pay is tracked, right? Everything I pay is tracked. And what I use on my credit cards, I track those differently, but it's still tracked every month. And I keep all the receipts because when it's time for taxes, I pull all the stuff out. The ones that go on my business account, that go to business. My personal stuff, I don't write those off, of course. But the thing for business, we write those off. So it's very key, right? I have multiple businesses, right? My junk removal business. I have my real estate business and my internet business now that I need to get an LLC for this, for my YouTube channel. But everything I do in my real estate business because I buy real estate overseas, right? I have real estate overseas. So I do that with my real estate business. But I need to be able to say, okay, my LLC for my YouTube channels, I can put all of them on the one LLC And that's it. For now, all those expenses go under my investment business because I make videos about my property when I travel. You know, I show where I'm at. So all that stuff is taxable. You can write them off. But I'm not here to tell you what to do with your taxes. You got to talk to a tax professional. I'm not a tax professional, and this is not financial advice. Okay? We're just here to motivate. Now, the reason taxes and stuff come in my mind because I have to go back to the United States to go do my taxes, right? And the reason why, because I don't have it set up to where I can do my taxes while in the U.S. I have to go and collect documents. Most of the stuff is already online, it's in emails. I can pull them from the website. But then some of the stuff they're not online. So I have to physically go and pull all this information, make sure I have everything. Then I have to go to meet my tax man, have a conversation and see, hey, this is what this is, this is what it is, and have a conversation on what we can do and what we cannot do. And if he tell me, say, oh, you know what, you need to, because I told you guys I want to buy a car. But if I go, he's like, well, because of this, you need to buy this car. Then I can say, okay, well, I'm gonna go buy me a G-Wagon because I can write it off because I made too much money. Now I need to write that off. But if you're not talking to the right people, you can't go talk to the little small tax guy that don't know nothing about business tax. I only do people personal taxes. He can't help you. So you guys got to think big. When you start making this kind of money, when you're making more money than you make at your job in 2 or 3 months, and you work 12 months and you still don't make that much money, guys, you are on a completely different level. If you're making what you make at your job in 6 months, you're on a completely. If you do it in 3 months, 1 month, you're on a different level. So at this point, you got to start planning. You can say, I'm going to wait till I get there. No, you start planning now, opening those accounts, talking to the people that can help you when you get there. Now when you get there, then you start running around in circles trying to figure out what to do. That is too late. Okay? So this is what you got to do, guys. I'm trying to get to $60,000 a month. When I get to $60,000 a month, the reason that is key, because I can pay any of my big bills, $100,000, I can pay that off in 2 months. If I get to $100,000 a month, I can still pay $100,000 off in 2 months. I can pay 50 grand 1 month, the next month I pay 50. And guess what? When I have my credit score shoot up, boom. Especially if I'm paying off those credit cards, I got $35,000, $40,000 credit card limits. My credit score going to shoot up. They're going to be trying to give me more money because they see like, oh shoot, the guy just spent $50,000 on paying off his debt. We need to give him more money. That's how it is, guys. When you need the money, people are not trying to give it to you. But when you don't need it, that's why everybody's trying to give you money. That's why you see when you get your account over $1,000, you get you want to enable margins. Yeah, your able margin get another 1,000, but the margin is going to be going up because you're not putting more money. That margin is going to be going up. Every time you get a little bit of money, the margin go up. Every time you get a little bit of money, your margin go up, and your actual principal is not going up. It's just there. So you got to think about what you're going to do, guys. Okay, you got to think about it. My life have completely changed to where sometimes I don't even want to work, even though I don't work that much. I'm working out of an 8 hours day. I'm not working that much. Some days I might work 30 minutes, just depends what's going on. And then some days I might work 16 hours because I have deadline. So when I have a deadline, of course, I'm going to work until I get it done. That's how I operate. Because I want to get it done and I have my free time. Even though it might take a week, if I take my time and do it 8 hours a day, it might take a week. But if I get on there and bust butt and get it going, kick butt, not bust butt, and get it going, I can do it in 1 or 2 days. And then the rest of the week, I have free time to do other projects because of course you guys know the work is never ending. There's always something. Every time I would be done with something, my boss would be like, "You need some help?" I'll be like, "No, I'm good. I got it. I'm almost done." And she'd be like, "Oh, okay, when you're done with this, make sure you check this." I'm like, "Okay." And like some emails I was supposed to send on Friday, yesterday was Saturday, it was Saturday. On Friday I didn't send because I got caught up with getting ready to travel. You know, not sleeping good because you want to be oversleep and makes the flight. My flight was at 6:30 this morning. I got up at 5 to go to the airport, took a shower, get dressed, finish packing to go to the airport. Get to the airport and I'm like, yeah, I'm still early. I should have left a little later. But you know, I like to be early, then get there late, and then I'm running late. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna miss my flight. Then I'm all get that cold sweat that makes you stink. I don't like that. I even forgot my smell good. So while I'm here, I might buy me a bottle while I'm here because my girl talking about, well, you know, you're not gonna be here for Valentine's Day. I'm like, you worry about Valentine's Day. My birthday comes before Valentine's Day. So whatever you give me for my birthday, you get a residual. It don't have to be the same, but it's gotta be something nice. And you know, sex is not a gift. And she laughed. So if my birthday is on the 11th, right? It's 2 days from now, and if you don't give me a gift, it don't have to be expensive. It's your thought that count. You think I'm gonna go buy flowers for you on Valentine's Day? I don't operate like that. It's not a 50-50 thing, but it's a give and take thing, right? It's a give and take. Just like I give you guys, I pour into you guys, right? The little knowledge I have, I put on my portfolio, so give you guys to think, make sure you're doing the right thing, and then when you guys comment, you pull back into me. That's what the comment does. It pulled back into me. It gave me the thinking, making sure I'm doing stuff right. Even though sometimes it can be irritating, like the other day, people says dumb stuff, piss me off, and I'm a person, right? I don't have emotions attached to it, but when somebody tells me I'm a liar and I'm not lying, that pisses me off. So of course I'm not gonna kick back like that. I'm not gonna put them on blast, but that much, but just a little bit, right? But this is why I tell you guys, don't forget to leave a comment because the comment helps me to continue to do what I do. It helps motivate me to keep going. Can you imagine I sit here and talk for 2 years and nobody leave a comment, and I'm just talking? At some point I'm like, you know what? Nobody's watching the video. Like people will comment like, hey, I've been watching the video for months, but the audio is bad. But this is the first time they commented because they can't hear what I'm saying, or they forget to, even though I'm talking low, but they didn't turn the volume up to be able to hear what I'm saying. But they will comment. But if the volume wasn't low, I would never know you watched the channel because you never comment before. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? That is important, guys. You guys, for the people that comment all the time, it's not only for especially the comment, the like, that's for the algorithm. I can't even pronounce the word right. The algorithm. There you go. But the comment, that's for me. Because I read every single comment. Every single comment I read. Now, there's time when I miss one or two, and when I go to the back end, it will show me, oh, you got 1 or 2 comments, and I will go and comment on those when I see them. Right? Because you know this is a community. It's not a one-way thing. Even though I'm the guy who's here doing all the talking all the time, but it's not a one-way thing. I don't look at it that way. You know what I'm saying, guys? There's one thing about Colombia that you know how they got CP time. I don't know if you guys know what CP time is, right? Black man time, black people time, CP colored people time. In Colombia, they got Colombia people time. And it's worse than CP time. I got here, my flight landed at 10:20 something. I got to this apartment a little bit before 12. Right? When I called my girl, she like, oh, I'm gonna go jump in the shower when my flight landed, right? Instead of her taking a shower and be waiting for me. No, she took a shower Well, my flight landed, and then she said, on my way. I'm like, where are you at? She said, oh, I just went in to register. They told me I couldn't register. But of course, it's all lost in translation. So I was like, what you mean? You want me to come downstairs? She said, no, I'm not there yet. I was like, but you just told me you registered. And she's like, yeah, well, I'm going to go pick up my cousin and her kids, and we're going to go do lunch. Y'all know what time that was? What time is it now? It's 1:20. That was about 12 something, right? 12:32. I think it was about 12:32, right? And she said, and then about 12:54, she said, I'm 15 minutes away at 12:54. And right now it's 1:21. She's 15 minutes away, right? That's 15 minutes turned into half an hour. And guys, I'm very particular when it comes to time. Especially I haven't eaten nothing all morning. I had some chips on the plane because they put me in first class when I was coming. I don't buy a first class ticket. I don't fly first class. But they put me in first class because I fly the airline all the time. I got upgraded to first class. I was like, okay, so they gave me some chips and water. You know, my second flight. My first flight was normal. My second flight, they upgraded me. They gave me some chips and water. So I was like, okay, good. I don't have to buy chips. I don't have to buy water. Right? Guys, how do I say this? I'm kind of frugal, but then I spend a lot of money. If that make any sense? When it comes to certain things, when it comes to food, I'm not cheap when it comes to food. I like to eat good food. When it comes to wearing shoes, nice shoes, I like shoes. I can buy shoes and I buy them in threes. I buy everything in threes. If I like something, I buy three of them all the time. Okay? I don't buy one or nothing. If I buy something or one of something, I mean I don't really like it. If I like something, I buy three different colors. Okay? And most of my shirts, these are all from these are all swags from cybersecurity conferences. So I don't really buy. I wear a lot of T-shirts, but they're all like cybersecurity T-shirts, right? Because I don't feel the need to dress up. Because I like for people to look at me and don't be nice to me because they think I have money. I want somebody to be nice to me because they want to be nice to me. You know, and that's how I like it. Because other than you guys that watch my channel, ain't nobody know I got money. And I only got 2,000 subscribers, so only 2,000 people know, if maybe more, that I have money. Because I don't even tell my friends that I'm a millionaire. They don't. I don't tell them that. I told my brother, my cousin didn't know because they heard me talking to you guys. Now they're watching the videos. Now they start investing. But I've been telling them this stuff for years when I first started. But nobody listened to me. You know? And most of the people are like, oh man, you're going to lose your money. Da, 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 da. Yeah, okay, I lose my money, so what? At least I tried. So guys, this is how it is. You have to do things if you want to be successful. You have to. You got to get the right people around you. You got to get rid of negativity. Negative people, you'd be surprised. They suck the life out of you. They suck the energy out of you. Okay? Can you imagine you do something for somebody, you give them something from your heart, right? Because they know you're rich. They know you got money. And they're like, this money you give me is not enough. So what is enough for you? Right, what is enough? I gave you $100 for my money, my hard-earned money that you didn't help me with. But you look at it and say, but man, you have 1,000,000 times that, and you only gave me 100? Come on, man, you can do better than that. What would you do if somebody did that to you? Right? What would you do? When I was out working 3 jobs, up all night, sleep 2 hours a day, go to another job, sleep during my lunch break, sleep during break time, and go to my next job and work in 3 jobs for a year and a half, consistently, multiple different times, what were you doing? You were buying bottles, chasing the girls. They don't give you no dividend for chasing girls. You might get a baby, but that costs you more money, more headache. So what you gonna do? You know, I'm sitting here hungry, so I'm talking. I waited for them to tell me, hey, we're here, so I can go down. So I'm talking. So I'm a little angry right now because I'm hungry, and I've been waiting, and I could have just went down the street and bought my own food, or call Rappi and get my own food, send a message, and they would deliver it here within the same time that I'm waiting to eat. So how do you deal with somebody like that who tells you what you give them is not enough because you don't know what they have to pay? That is not my motherfucking business. It's not my motherfucking problem what you gotta pay. I give you what I feel you deserve. So when I take my hard-earned money that I've been building myself for years, because when I lost everything, right? When I lost all my real estate, I had over $1 million worth of real estate. When I lost that, and I had a net worth close to $1 million, like $800,000 net worth, because I was buying properties that had equity in them, fixing them up, rent them out, finance them a little bit. So the people that got my property when I went bankrupt, they got properties with a lot of equity in them. But the only person that I called one time and say I needed money, that was my brother, who called each other twin because I'm next to him, who kind of look alike even though he's a couple years older than me. I said, bro, I need $500. And he said, okay. He said, how you want me to send it to you? I told him, he sent me the money. In a couple of weeks, I paid him back. And that was the last time I ever asked any of my family or friends for money. Now my ex, yes, I used to ask her for money all the time. I'm like, yo, I need this. She'll give it to me. And I give her money back. But there's not a lot of people that got your back, that say they do. Man, I got you. You know how sometimes you watch them movies and this guy, maybe he's a gangster or something, right? And he get killed, and then the other gangster tell the wife, we're gonna take care of you, and they give her $5,000 or whatever, and that probably the last $5,000 they're gonna give her, right? And then she out there struggling with the kids and doing all this other stuff, and the kids end up going back doing what the dad did before they died, because the mom is struggling and they're tired of seeing their mom struggle. It's the same stuff, just a different scenario. In my case, there was no wife, it was just me. So when I lost it, I lost everything. I lost everything I had that I worked for. Except for one property that I still got today. Sometimes I want to sell it and I think about it. I'm like, I'm just going to hold on to it. It's paid for. Cash is paid for. I didn't pay for it cash, but it's paid for. Took me 15 plus years to pay it off. Now it's paid for. And every day I get people calling, oh, you want to sell your property? And they want to lowball me. I'm like, no. Why you want to sell? I'm like, you called me. I didn't call you. That's why I want to sell, because you called me. If you can meet my price, you can take it off my hand. But I didn't call you. I ain't selling nothing. My property is not listed on the MLS. Right? But if I was struggling and needed money, and somebody come offer me $20,000 less than my property, it's paid off. Right? I didn't put that extra 20 grand in there. It just went up in value 3 times what I paid for it. So of course I would sell it for $20,000 less any day and take the money if I needed the money. But if I don't need the money, I don't have to sell it because guess what? I got $30-some thousand coming in every single month. That's more than what I need. 3 times more than what I need with some leftovers. So guys, remember to invest in your future. You got to like, share the content. Don't forget to join the Discord, right? Join the Discord. The number is going up little by little. This Discord is crawling, right? It's like a pimp with one hoe. That's how the Discord is. It is crawling. I know I be saying some crazy stuff. I know I be saying some crazy stuff, but you guys gotta bear with me, right? My comedy, it don't be comedy sometimes. It's just dry, but it is what it is. You guys don't come and watch me for my comedy. You come watch me talk about money. You come watch me so you can see my portfolio, what it's doing, and compare and contrast and see what mistakes you're making and make the changes and make the adjustments. Right? This is what we do. This is why we watch other people's videos to see what they're doing. If they're doing something similar to us, because everybody got a strategy. Even though a lot of us invest in high yield, everybody got a strategy. My strategy is, I don't know anybody who does my strategy. There might be 1 or 2 people in there that does my strategy, that still investing high yield and still have lower yield investments and building those up too, to where if something happens to their high yield, they still got solid income coming in. There's not a lot of people doing that. Some people just invest in high yield and that's it. They're just collecting their money. So if the drop, that affect their bottom line. Because we get the money from them high yields and put it into the lower yield and raise those up. So if my lower yield pay me 10 grand a month and my higher yield pay me $70,000 to $80,000 a year, I only need 10 or less. So the other money just get reinvested. So within a year, that money gonna go from 70 to 80 to 160, 140. It's gonna double. Because you know the longer you invest, the more the money increase. That's how it is, guys. And y'all know this. Okay? Well, I'm getting too hungry right now. My head is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna cut it up here. Guys, remember, this is not financial advice. I hope you guys like the content. Okay, like I said, I don't come up with this stuff. Usually right before when I turn the camera on, sometime before then, and sometimes once I turn the camera on and start doing my introduction, the stuff just comes. Okay? There's no script, there's no paper. You see my phone is sitting on the desk. Right here. Locked. So as we continue to build and grow, you know I love you guys. We're gonna all get rich together. Okay? I know one of the brothers said he's looking at my portfolio and want to do something similar. Hey, like I say, you know it's risk involved. But you're doing the right thing. And with time, you're gonna be generating some income. But my people is here. I gotta go. I love you guys. We're gonna do this again tomorrow. Peace out.